So, guy I was talking to today, he sold 400,000 in his 401k, paid the taxes, and used that cash in which to buy his retirement house. All right, so he's going to pay a boatload of taxes, and he's not a millionaire. He'll be left with $600,000. 300,000 is 401k. He's going to sell his house where he lives at now for another 300,000. That's it. So after 300,000 in 401k, 300,000 in a brokerage account. House that's paid for. Near his grandkids, by the way. Now a lot of people say, "Oh, don't do that. You're going to get killed taxes and all that." Well, you're going to pay the taxes come hell or high water. We know that. Now, can you spread them out longer to pay less? Maybe. But when you model it, it's like, look, Josh, 10 years ago, if you would have told me I would be in this place right now, I would have, A, thought you're crazy, B, I would have killed for that. Not literally by friends, not literally, but he's like, but I'm here now. And as such, I'm basically taking the money I've made off the market. I'm up, 600% in 12 years. I'm taking the money, I'm giving Caesar what's Caesar, I'm giving God what's God, and I'm just taking my gains off the table. I don't spend any more than I did 10 years ago. But I got significantly more assets. I'm going to sell them to buy that house where I want to die in. I tell you, man, I wish more people would recognize the concept of taking the gains, because that's a perfect way to take the gains. You've been given this huge abundance of assets. It's not going to go up another 600% in 13 years. And frankly, even if it did, who gives a rat's butt? You see what I'm saying? Who cares? I wish y'all could see that mountains the way I see it. It looks small from where you are. It's not. I just went up to a guy at a farmer's market. I bought some, I'm going to make some spare ribs and bacon for a Super Bowl. And I bought some stuff from the farmer's market, some meat. They messed up my order. They gave me chicken instead of my spare ribs and bacon. And they're up in LJ. And I said, man, I'll go up. He goes, we can meet you. I said, nah, man, I love driving up to LJ. It makes me feel good to get out there, smell that fresh mountain water, air, I love it up here, man. It's just, woo. That's where my man Fritz Gilbert lives up this way in Blue Ridge, where we got old Finney from. I love driving up here. All is good in the hood when you're up this way, man. We'll see where I retire. It's going to be up here, Western Virginia, or Maine. One of those three places. I've kind of come to the conclusion. Maine, Western Virginia, or North Georgia. It's one of those three. There's really no other place I can think of I like. I like Western North Carolina. I don't have any footprint there. New Hampshire I like, but again, if I'm going to New Hampshire, I'm going all the way up to my old stomping grounds in Maine, because I'm a Mainer. And but New Hampshire's nice, actually. I do like New Hampshire a lot. I mean, the mountains or the water or the ocean. Got to smell that ocean breeze. I don't need to be on the water. We don't have enough money to live on the water, but you can be within spitting distance. That's fine. The mountains, you know what I'm saying. When we sell our house here, hopefully it'll still be a market at that point. We could probably buy a nice little house up here. $500,000. That'd be in our price range for sure. We live in an upper affluent suburban neighborhood in North Fulton County. I just want to make sure North Fulton County doesn't fall apart while your old buddy Josh is still trying to retire because they want to buy a house. Anyway, so the issue is you take your gains off the table. I know you're going to pay higher real. That's why the real estate prices are high, I grant you. These things will operate in a bubble, though. That's the thing. It's like, all right, let's say you had $500,000 10 years ago. Now you got, let's just say, $1 million. You add money into it, or even $300,000 10 years ago. Now you got $1 million, because you've been adding money to it and the growth of the markets too. All right. Now your house has gone up $200,000 in value. All right. So houses have gone up $200,000 in value. So you're like, man, a house that normally was $250 is now $450. Well, I'm just using that for an example. All right. Well, comparatively speaking, that you had $300,000 before, and you could buy a house for $250. All right. Now you got $1 million. You could buy a house for $450. Comparatively speaking, after selling the house, after buying the house and paying taxes, you're still way ahead than where you were 10 years ago. I mean, you could not afford to buy that place for what I say, $250. You would be zeroed out. You'd pay $300,000 to buy your house for $250, and you have to pay the tax on the $300,000 that you pulled from your 401k. So you'd have nothing left. You'd have an asset, a great asset, no house. But now you got $350. You got $1 million. You're gonna buy a house for $450. We'll just say instead of costing you $25,000, it costs you. I mean, let's say it costs you $50,000 in taxes. So now you're still left with $500,000, and you got the house tax free. You know, maybe it costs it. I mean, more than 25%. Maybe it costs it. I don't know, friggin'. Let's see, $100,000. All right, so it was $450 house, and now it's going to cost you $550 when all is said and done for taxes and everything. You're still netting $450, man. But now you got a house. That's the thing. The markets have gone up so much more than real estate. It's tough to. I don't know. I don't know if real estate is going to go back to where it was, you know, even 5 years ago. I think it's probably going to not grow as much in terms of cost, but I don't think it's going to like suffer immensely just because there's so much gains in the market relative to real estate that even if the market takes a 40% correction, that's not going to kill real estate. Just won't, because a 40% correction on $1 million still puts you at $600,000. If that makes sense. So just hear me out. So say you had $100 million, the market takes a dump of 40%. All right, now you're at $600,000. All right, now that would be the equivalent of $300,000 buying a $250,000 net of taxes. $600,000 would basically buy a $450,000 when taxes are included, but you still have more money. So you still, even if the market took a 40% dump, you're still ahead of where you were 10 years ago. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, just something I haven't thought about like that. Why do you think I do these videos when I'm driving? I say stuff in my head and I say it to you guys, and it makes me think. I said, I never thought about it like that. I need to do a video where I'm actually looking at that, because that's actually now occurred to me. So that is actually pretty interesting. The cost of real estate, while has gone up, hasn't gotten up nearly to the degree that the inflated investments have. And as such, relative to total net worth, you're still well far ahead of selling some of your investment assets to buy real estate. I need to do another video on that, doing a comparison. All right, something I'm going to be thinking about when I get home. All right, we'll see you.